we're done with talking Yankees. Let's jump over to the Mets. Brian, I know you don't care anymore. Do you have anything to say, or do you want to just move on?
I mean, here's what I gotta say. I thought Scherzer was a very good pick, but like he turned out to be a bust, and he shit the bed last year in the wild card series against the Padres. So, but what I give him credit for is obviously he's a great pitcher, Hall of Fame pitcher, but he also was like, yeah, no, it's my fault. He didn't blame anything else. He wasn't a diva. He was like, no, this entire season, like, well, not the entire season, but like he basically owned up to his mistakes, which I really appreciated. I hate Justin Verlander. When he left, I was like, you know what, good riddance. He was terrible this year. I mean, like he's someone that I always hate. Here's something that I just hate about Verlander
strong word,
in general. Well, here's what I hate about Justin Verlander is because he was on record for complaining about like the manufacturing of baseballs or like the difference in like the manufacturing of baseballs because it made it easier to hit home runs. And I'm like, dude, you guys cheated. Like you're complaining, like you're cheating. Why are you complaining about like it being easier for anything? Why don't you look at your boy Altuve holding the wire, when he was running into,
by the way, for the record, I'm a Yankee fan who doesn't subscribe to that theory. I don't think he was wearing a 1980s.
You don't?
Movie wire? No. I mean, if here's the thing, he could have been cheating, but if he was, I don't think it was a wire. I think we have modern day technology. You could have something way smaller than a wire to set up a buzzer with. I really don't think that was.
And I don't like the Yankees, but I agree with Yankee fans in the fact that I don't like the Astros either.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, if they miss the playoffs, which they might, I will have a full-on celebration on next week's fucking show. I am excited because they've been losing. They lost 2 straight to the Royals, which is
I don't know if they go, it might be a good thing because then Cashman can't say, "Look, the Astros lost 2, so maybe we're not the ones with the problem." He'll find some kind of excuse to not blame himself for how crappy the team is.
But in regards to the Mets, just in general, I think what we need to do is we need to invest our money in a smart way because Steve Cohen, just in general, he has a ton of money to play with, which is great. But then we make, I don't want to make more Bobby Bonilla decisions. I don't want to make more dumb decisions. Like we have these great resources. Let's use it smartly. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. It was a very depressing season. After
one thing I'll say about that, Brian, was that I was one of the people who while he did spend a lot of money in the offseason last year, I didn't think he spent it smart because you look at some of the guys who he did sign, it almost felt like he literally just said to like the GM at the time, I forgot what the guy's name was. He said to him like, "Hey, just sign like all the free agents." But the thing is, last year's free agent class wasn't necessarily that strong. Like Mark Canha is a good player, but not a superstar. Who's the other guy? I mean, I love David Robertson, former Yankee. He's good, but not a superstar. And they signed, what was the other guy? The center fielder. They signed a bunch of guys who were slightly above average players who weren't superstars. And I don't know what he was thinking because the only big money in the last 5 years I'd say was smart for the Mets to give out was actually Lindor. And I know that's controversial to Mets fans. I'm a Yankee fan. I don't care what you think anyway. But he hasn't lived up to his contract yet. But he's still the least sucky of a lot of the major signings. Because look, Scherzer was a bust. Verlander was a bust. It's a situation where spending a lot of money does not necessarily equal a good team. You have to spend it smart.
Of course.
That was back to what you just said, Ryan.
Yeah, and no, I agree. We didn't spend it smart. We were just like, oh, Justin Verlander, he's a good name. Let's just get him. And Max Scherzer, I think Max Scherzer was a very promising pickup. But he
just was a bust in the playoffs.
Yeah, he was just a bust. But Verlander, I was like, I honestly wasn't crazy about it but that was also just because I don't like him. I just don't like him. Yeah.